What if I told you that one of reality TV's most unshakable marriages just imploded in the most shocking, violent way possible? What if I told you that Mendeecees, the man fans once praised for his loyalty and family-first image, is now at the center of a scandal so explosive it could end not only his marriage but his entire reputation? Tonight, the internet is on fire after rumors spread that Mendeecees allegedly slapped Yandy in a heated confrontation, leaving her shaken, humiliated, and questioning everything she thought she knew about her husband. And just when fans thought things couldn't get any darker, enter Tasha. A woman claiming to be dangerously close to the Frost-Harris circle has gone public, warning that Yandy's life is in serious danger and that the marriage is beyond repair. Her exact words, "her life is in danger and marriage over," have sent shockwaves through the love and hip-hop world. So now, the question isn't just whether Yandy and Mendeecees can survive this, it's whether Yandy can even stay safe in the fallout. What really pushed Mendeecees to this breaking point? Who is Tasha and why is she stepping into the chaos? And is this the end of a marriage we all thought was untouchable? Stay tuned because what comes next will leave you speechless. For years, Yandy, Smith, Harris, and Mendeecees. Harris have been showcased as one of the most resilient couples in the love and hip-hop franchise. They were the example producers pointed to when they needed to prove that not every reality TV marriage was built on chaos and betrayal. Yandy, the savvy businesswoman and powerhouse manager, always portrayed herself as the glue holding the family together. Mendeecees, despite his past legal troubles and time behind bars, was painted as the redeemed husband, the man who fought to rebuild his family after years of separation. Fans bought into the narrative, at least for a while. They watched Yandy hustle through businesses, activism, and raising the kids while Mendeecees served his time. They saw the emotional reunion when he was finally released, Yandy crying in his arms as though nothing could ever break them again. For viewers, their story wasn't just about Famet, it was about redemption, loyalty, and survival. But insiders claim the truth behind the cameras has always been much darker. Tension allegedly simmered between Yandy and Mendeecees for years. Arguments about finances, his loyalty, her constant travel, and the pressures of fame reportedly created cracks that no amount of public smiles could hide. Whispers of mistrust crept into blogs. Fans noticed awkward interviews where Mendeecees questioned whether Yandy would have stayed faithful if he had been the one locked up for longer. That comment alone ignited debates, suggesting that deep down, he never fully trusted her. And if trust was shaky, respect wasn't far behind. That's where Tasha enters the picture. Not a household name, but a woman who, according to insiders, has been circling the Harris family for years. She's described as a friend who knows far too much about what happens behind closed doors. And when the rumors of a violent confrontation between Mendeecees and Yandy surfaced, Tasha wasted no time stepping forward. Her claim was chilling. Her life is in danger and the marriage is over. The words struck like lightning. They weren't vague. They weren't playful. They were a direct warning, and fans couldn't ignore it. If true, this wasn't just another love and hip-hop fight, which something far more serious, something dangerous. According to whispers, the alleged slap didn't happen on camera. It wasn't staged for ratings. It was during a heated argument at home, with voices raised and tempers out of control. The details remain. No official police reports have surfaced, but the whispers grew louder with every passing day. Some insiders claim Yandy's sudden silence on social media was the first clue that something went horribly wrong. And then there's Mendeecees. Normally quick to post family moments or motivational captions, Instagram suddenly went quiet, no updates, no denials, no happy family selfies. That silence poured gasoline on the fire, fueling speculation that the marriage really had imploded behind the scenes. Fans who once rooted for Yandy and Mendeecees now began questioning everything. Was their love story always smoke and mirrors? Did the years of stress, secrets, and sacrifices finally reach a breaking point? And Tasha, fanning the flames, hinted at knowing even more. She claimed this wasn't a one-time argument. According to her, the marriage had been on life support for months, with Yandy allegedly confiding in friends that she no longer felt safe, respected, or even wanted in her own home. The narrative turned darker. Blogs began speculating whether Mendeecees, jealousy, pride, and lingering resentments had boiled over into something irreversible. The redemption story fans believed in was unraveling, replaced with a far scarier reality. A man who allegedly couldn't handle his wife's success and independence. For Yandy, the stakes couldn't be higher. She isn't just a reality star, she's a businesswoman, an activist, and a public figure whose brand is built on empowerment and family values. If these rumors are true, not only is her marriage in shambles, but her very safety might be at risk. The betrayal, the violence, the danger, everything that once seemed impossible for Yandy and Mendeecees is now the very story threatening to define them. And with Tasha promising to reveal more, fans are left bracing for a revelation that could destroy one of love and Pip, Hop's most iconic marriages forever. The night of the alleged slap will go down as one of the darkest turning points in love and hip-hop history. What began as a private argument spiraled into a moment that insiders say Yandy will never forget. According to whispers from people close to the Harris circle, the couple had been arguing about money, respect, and control issues that have been brewing for months. It started small, with Yandy confronting Mendeecees about his lack of support in both family life and business. She allegedly told him she felt like she was carrying the weight of their empire alone, juggling kids, activism, and her brand while he coasted in the background. Sources say Mendeecees snapped, accusing her of putting fame and money above their family, of treating him like an accessory instead of a partner. The shouting escalated. Voices were raised, doors slammed. And then, according to insiders, came the moment nobody expected. Mendeecees allegedly lost control and slapped Yandy across the face. The silence after was deafening. Yandy, shocked and humiliated, reportedly broke down in tears. And that's when the whispers claimed Tasha got involved. Tasha wasn't in the room, but she was close enough to know what went down. Some say she's a mutual friend, others claim she's a neighbor who heard the commotion. Either way, she took it upon herself to sound the alarm, allegedly telling friends, "This ain't no regular fight. Yandy's life is in danger. That marriage is over." Her warning spread like wildfire, making its way to blogs, social media, and eventually the fans. At first, many couldn't believe it. How could Mendeecees, the man who fought so hard to reunite with his family after prison, raise his hand against the woman who had stood by him through it all? But then came the receipts. Leaked audio clips began circulating, online muffled shouting, a woman's voice crying, and a man yelling angrily in the background. Though the audio was grainy, fans were convinced it was Yandy and Mendeecees. The clip trended instantly with captions like, "Proof Yandy isn't safe." Then, blurry photos surfaced of Yandy leaving her home late at night, wearing oversized sunglasses and holding back tears. Paparazzi captions claimed she was hiding bruises, though nothing was confirmed. Still, the internet ran with the narrative. Yandy wasn't just in a broken marriage, she was in danger. Mendeecees, for his part, stayed silent. No posts, no statements. His silence felt like guilt to many fans, who dragged him mercilessly across platforms. One viral tweet read, "Men who can't handle a powerful woman always resort to violence." #ProtectionD. Another wrote, "He was jealous of her success." Simple as that. She outgrew him, and he couldn't take it. But here's where the first twist shattered everything further. Tasha, emboldened by the chaos, went live on Instagram. With thousands of viewers tuned in, she dropped a chilling bomb. "Y'all think it was just one slap? Baby, that's the part y'all saw. What about the parts you ain't seen? This been going on? And if Yandy don't get out now, it's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse." The comments section exploded. Fans begged her to spill more. Some accused her of clout chasing, while others praised her for speaking out. But then she leaned in and whispered, "I got proof too. Don't make me drop it." That single line sent shockwaves through the fandom. Proof? Was she sitting on photos, texts, videos? Nobody knew, but everyone believed she had something. From that moment, the scandal wasn't just about one violent outburst. It became a full-blown narrative of abuse, danger, and betrayal. Fans flooded Yandy's socials with messages begging her to leave Mendeecees. "Girl, please run. We love you, but your life comes first. You stronger than this. Don't let him break you." Meanwhile, the Love and Hip Hop cast started picking sides. Erica Mena posted a cryptic story. "Ladies, stop protecting men who wouldn't spit on you if you was on fire." Sierra jumped in to defend. Yandy too. "Ain't no marriage worth your life. Period." But others stayed quiet, too quiet. Some castmates allegedly didn't want to touch the drama, fearing it could blow back on them. The industry was equally stunned. Blogs framed it as a fall from grace, from power couple to violence. Yandy and Mendeecees. Marriage implodes. Tasha says Yandy's life in danger. Will she leave before it's too late? And while fans debated whether Tasha was exaggerating, she dropped another hint during her live. "Y'all don't even know who else been protecting him. Once I drop that name, it's over for everybody." The cliffhanger was unbearable. Who was she talking about? A family member, a fellow castmate, a label exec. The betrayal wasn't just between Yandy and Mendeecees anymore. According to Tasha, other people had allegedly been covering for him, hiding the darker side of their marriage from the public. If true, this wasn't just a slap. This was a conspiracy of silence that could destroy not just one relationship, but an entire franchise's credibility. And now, with fans demanding answers, the question is clear. Will Yandy finally speak out and protect herself? Or will Mendeecees and those allegedly covering for him silence her before the truth comes to light? The whispers had already become screams, but when Tasha promised she had proof, the internet lost its mind. Fans weren't just waiting for confirmation, they were demanding it. Every blog, every gossip page, every Twitter thread was filled with one urgent question. What does Tasha have, and when will she drop it? She didn't keep people waiting long. 2 nights later, Tasha went live again. Thousands flooded the stream within minutes, comments flying faster than she could read. And this time, she wasn't holding back. She tilted her phone to the side, showing blurred screenshots of what appeared to be text messages between Yandy and a close friend. The texts were short, but the meaning was devastating. "I don't feel safe," he snapped again. "I can't let the kids see this." The messages were time-stamped. They looked recent. And though some fans questioned whether they were doctored, the emotional weight was undeniable. If true, these weren't the words of a woman in a simple marital spat. These were the cries of someone trapped in fear. The live went viral instantly. Clips of Tasha holding her phone trended across Twitter and TikTok. Fans dissecting every word, zooming into every screenshot. Hashtags like #ProtectYandy and #EndTheMarriage skyrocketed to the top of trending. But Tasha wasn't finished. Midway through her live, she leaned in and said, "Y'all keep asking why I'm speaking out. Simple. Because the people around her won't. Some of them been covering for him, acting like everything's perfect. But if I don't talk, who will?" That revelation sent the fandom spiraling. Who exactly was covering for Mendeecees? Fellow cast members, family, industry, insiders. Suddenly, the scandal wasn't just about Yandy's safety. It was about a network of silence that allowed the alleged violence to continue unchecked. And then came the shocking reveal. Tasha dropped another bombshell, claiming Mendeecees' temper wasn't a new problem. According to her, there were past incidents, moments swept under the rug. Moments where Yandy allegedly confided in friends but never went public. Out of fear, it would ruin their image. One fan clipped the exact line that shook the internet. "This ain't the first time." The only difference now is the world about to see it. Fans erupted with anger. Some expressed heartbreak. "She's been smiling for us while crying in private. This hurts." Others demanded action. If this is true, VH1 needs to cut him off immediately. Even celebrities weighed in. A well-known R&B singer tweeted, "My heart breaking for Yandy. We love you, sis. Walk away before it's too late." Meanwhile, Mendeecees' silence grew more deafening by the hour. Every day without a statement was treated as proof of guilt. His Instagram comments were flooded with thousands of angry posts. "Say something, bro. You can't stay quiet on this. Your silence equals her pain. Not you slapping the woman who held you down when you was locked up, Yandy." On the other hand, posted a cryptic story, just a black screen with 3 words in white: "Pray for me." That post broke fans' hearts. It wasn't a denial. It wasn't reassurance. It was a plea. And it made the danger feel terrifyingly real. But the escalation didn't stop. Online, it bled into the industry. Blogs began reporting that Yandy had quietly pulled out of several public appearances, allegedly citing personal reasons. Rumors swirled that sponsors were pressing her team for clarity, worried about being associated with a scandal involving domestic violence. Meanwhile, whispers grew that VH1 executives were holding emergency meetings, unsure whether to address the issue publicly or let the drama play out for ratings. The split in the Love and Hip Hop cast deepened. Erica Mena doubled down, posting, "Stop protecting monsters. Exposure saves lives." Sierra went live in tears, begging fans to give Yandy space to heal. But one castmate, who asked not to be named, allegedly told a blogger, "This not new. We all knew. But Yandy didn't want nobody to speak on it. Now it's too late to keep it quiet." The betrayal was staggering. The very people who posed as Yandy's support system were now being accused of looking the other way. And just when it felt like the internet couldn't handle any more twists, Tasha hinted at one last piece of evidence. She claimed she had a video, not just audio, not just texts. An actual video that allegedly showed Mendeecees' temper boiling over. She didn't show it outright, but she teased a blurred still image. Yandy in tears. Mendeecees standing in the background with his arm raised. The image alone was enough to send the internet into meltdown. If the video was real, it would be undeniable proof and the end of Mendeecees' reputation forever. But Tasha ended her live with a haunting warning: "If Yandy don't walk away now, next time it won't just be a slap." The cliffhanger was unbearable. Fans were torn between begging Tasha to release the full video and fearing what might happen if she did. Was she protecting Yandy or putting her in more danger? And the biggest question of all, if Yandy's life is truly at risk, why is everyone else so silent? By now, the alleged slap wasn't just a rumor, was the headline shaking hip-hop culture, reality TV, and social media to the core. But the reactions weren't uniform. They were fierce, divided, and louder than anyone could have expected. Fans split down the middle. Twitter became a war zone. Some fans were furious at Mendeecees, declaring him canceled forever. "Man, Yandy held you down in prison, and this how you repay her? #protect Yandy." Others hesitated, questioning the lack of official proof. Not defending nobody, but we still ain't seen the video. Tasha, messy. Y'all running with hearsay. Y'all running with hearsay. The divide was brutal. Whole threads broke out comparing screenshots, debating Tasha's credibility, and begging Yandy to either confirm or deny. But Yandy's silence made the speculation even heavier. Celebrities react. Celebs couldn't stay quiet either. Cardi B tweeted, "Ain't nothing cool about putting hands on a woman, period. IDGAF, who you are." Remy Ma posted a cryptic Instagram story. "The streets always know the truth before the cameras do." Even Lil Scrappy went live, shaking his head. "If it's true, bro messed up bad. If it's fake, Yandy, gotta say something quick." These reactions fanned the flames, because if even fellow artists were treating it like it might be true, fans felt justified in believing the worst. The cast of Love and Hip Hop speaks out. The Love and Hip Hop cast itself was fractured. Erica Mena doubled down on her earlier shade, posting, "Stop making excuses for men who never loved you in the first place." Sierra, visibly shaken on her own live, begged fans not to drag Yandy further. "This ain't TV. This is real life." Yandy, my sis. And she don't deserve this pain. But one castmate allegedly told a blogger off record. Everybody knew they'd been fighting like this for months. Don't let them fool you, this ain't no one-time thing. Blogs and media frenzy blogs were feasting on the scandal. Headlines screamed across platforms. Yandy in tears as Tasha leaks text fans say it's over Mendeecees. Silent amid abuse allegations, why won't he speak? VH1 facing pressure to address Harris marriage crisis, mainstream outlets even picked it up. Framing it as a domestic violence awareness moment for reality TV audiences. Suddenly, this wasn't just a gossip storiette, was a social issue. Forcing uncomfortable conversations about fame, power, silence, the business fallout behind the scenes. The fallout hit hard. Rumors swirled that brands working with Yandy were pausing partnerships until the dust settled. A skincare sponsor allegedly pulled a campaign, worried about being dragged into the drama. Meanwhile, whispers claimed Mendeecees club appearances were quietly getting canceled. Promoters citing bad timing and public image issues. The streets of Atlanta lit up with debates. Barbershops, salons, and clubs turned the scandal into the hottest topic. DJs were remixing clips of Tasha's live into songs, dropping the line "her life is in danger" over heavy bass. Partygoers screamed every time it dropped. Treating tragedy like entertainment, the wildest reaction. Then came the twist nobody saw coming. Mendeecees' ex, Samantha Wallace, mother of his son, jumped into the conversation. On Instagram Live, she didn't directly confirm the slap, but she didn't deny it either. She simply said, "All I'ma say is, when people show you who they are, believe them." Some of us been new. That statement sent shockwaves. Fans took it as confirmation that Mendeecees had a pattern, not just a one-time outburst. The hashtag Believe Samantha trended within hours. Cliffhanger, and just when it felt like the reactions couldn't get bigger. Tasha liked a tweet that read, "The video is the nuke. Once it drops, it's over for him." That single like set the internet on fire. Everyone braced for the possibility that the still image she teased was just the beginning and that the full footage could drop any day now. And if that video really exists, this isn't just the end of Yandy and Mendeecees, it's the end of their entire empire. The pressure on Yandy was unbearable. For days, she stayed silent as the world demanded answers. But her absence only made the rumors grow louder. Then, one late evening, she finally broke the silence, not with a long statement, but with a hauntingly simple Instagram story, a picture of her hand, resting on a Bible with the words, "Truth always comes to light." No names, no details, but everyone knew exactly who and what she was talking about. The internet erupted. Some took it as confirmation that Tasha's claims were true, that Yandy was signaling she had endured more than anyone realized. Others insisted it was too vague, a cry for sympathy rather than proof. But no matter how it was interpreted, one thing was undeniable: was no longer playing the smiling, silent wife. She was ready to hint at the truth, and that's when the final twist hit like lightning. Tasha went live again, but this time she didn't just show texts or blurred screenshots. She played a short 5-second clip, grainy, shaky, filmed from a phone. In the video, a man's voice, angry and raised, shouted something inaudible. A woman's sobbing voice followed, begging, "Please, not in front of the kids." Tasha cut the video abruptly, leaving viewers in shock. She refused to say more, only shaking her head and whispering, "Y'all don't know the half. If this marriage ain't over now, it's never gonna be." The clip spread like wildfire. Blogs reposted it within minutes. TikTok creators analyzed the voices frame by frame. And Twitter exploded with hashtags like #FreeYandy and #MendeeceesExposed, even without clear visuals. The audio was enough to convince fans that the worst had happened. For many, it was no longer a question of if, but when Yandy would leave. Meanwhile, Mendeecees' silence turned sinister. The man, once quick to clap back at haters to defend his image, now vanished completely from social media. Not a word, not a post. just silence. And in the world of reality TV scandal, silence is louder than denial. The industry began to panic. VH1 insiders allegedly whispered that the network was in crisis mode, unsure if they could continue filming with the Harris family. Sponsors distanced themselves. Castmates privately confided to bloggers that they were afraid of what might come out next. And through it all, Yandy's single cryptic post echoed, "Truth always comes to light." The cliffhanger is brutal. Fans are left asking, will Yandy finally expose everything herself? Will Tasha drop the full video she's been teasing? Or will Mendeecees make a desperate move to protect his image, even as the walls close in? One thing's for sure, the fairy tale marriage that once symbolized loyalty and redemption is shattered. And with every passing day, the danger, the betrayal, and the silence grow more haunting. This isn't the end of Yandy and Mendeecees' story. It's just the beginning of the darkest chapter yet, and now we're left staring at the most chilling cliffhanger in love and hip-hop history. Yandy's cryptic "Pray for Me" post, Tasha's 5-second audio bomb, Mendeecees' deafening silence, and that blurred still image that fans swear proves everything. The question isn't just, is the marriage over? Anymore, it's, is Yandy safe? Has the fairy tale finally turned into a nightmare that no one saw coming? And what happens if Tasha really decides to drop the full video? Will it confirm every rumor or expose even darker truths about who's been covering for Mendeecees all along? Now, I want to hear from you. Do you believe Tasha's receipts? Is she exposing the truth to protect Yandy? Or is she stirring chaos for clout? Should Yandy walk away immediately for her own safety? Or do you think there's more to this story that hasn't come out yet? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now because the debate is about to explode. Team Yandy or Team Mendeecees? Truth or clout? Loyalty or betrayal? Let's talk about it. And don't forget, smash that like button if you're stunned by these revelations. Subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Because trust me, this is not the end of the Harris saga. The video may still drop. The silence may finally break. And when it does, it won't just be the end of a marriage, it'll be the end of an empire. Stay locked in. The next bombshell is coming, and it might just change everything. It might just change everything.